As a sales professional in the pharmaceutical industry, I meet many different unique individuals, from nurses, doctors, patients, and receptionists. As an avid traveler, it's not uncommon to meet new faces and learn about their jobs, their homes, their families, and depending on the destination, their different ways of life. As a proud resident of the natural state and a social person by nature, I find it thrilling and humbling to meet new people. Their trials, tribulations, goals, dreams, and aspirations that lead them to where they are have inspired me to dig deeper and share their stories with you. These individuals aren't famous musicians, actors, sports figures, or politicians. I'm here to provide a platform and shine a well-deserved spotlight on the average Joes, 9-to-5ers, and the men and women who work their hardest to help make this big, beautiful planet turn. My name is Dalton Blaine, and these are Everyday People. Hello everybody and welcome to another episode of Everyday People. I am your host Dalton Blaine, and today is a very special occasion because we get to meet a guy that's a special guy to me because he's not only a cool dude but he's also a fellow Arkansas Tech alumni, a wonder boy, Mr. JuJu Maness. How are you doing today, JuJu?
Doing good, how are you?
Doing well, man. I want to thank you again for coming and agreeing to be on the show. I know it's not always easy to get in front of the camera, and sometimes it can be a little bit weird, but just do your darndest.
All right, I'll do my
that's
best.
what I'm doing right now.
I'll do my best.
So without further ado, we're going to kind of jump right into it. First question, and I think this is the obvious question that I'm sure all my viewers are going to ask is, where did the name JuJu come from?
When I was born, every grandson of my name's got to be named with a J name. My brother was a diehard Razorback fan. The running back's name was JuJu Harshaw, and he said, "Mom, we're naming him JuJu," and she said no. He did it anyway. Family caught on, friends, and then it stuck. And to this day, a lot of people, that's the only thing they know me as.
Okay, all right. So, but your real name is what?
Jared Magnus. Yes.
So, is JuJu a middle name, or is it just strictly a nickname?
Strictly a nickname.
But everybody knows you as JuJu.
Everybody, it's on my high school transcript.
Yeah. See, I was gonna ask that before the interview, and I didn't think about it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna call him JuJu, and if he doesn't like it,
no,
he'll just say, "Nah, man, call me Jared. That's my
No.
professional."
No, I roll with it. I'll roll with it. It's
well,
good.
cool, man. That's awesome. So, we got the reason that his name's JuJu. My next question is, let's just start with the basics. Where are you from?
I'm from Harrison, Arkansas. Born and raised. Love it there. Proud to say I'm from there.
Yeah.
Currently live in Northwest Arkansas, Centerton to be exact. And I work in Gravette. I teach second grade at Glen Duffy Elementary.
So tell me a little bit about growing up in Harrison. What was it like? How big was the school? What was the mascot? Did you play any sports?
Oh, the Goblins. I played a little bit of football, basketball my whole life. Love the Goblins.
Yeah.
Goblin pride. Get back and watch anytime I can. Good little community. A lot of stereotypes about it, but it's a better place than you'll know. A lot of people may not say it, but I'm proud to be from there. Haven't been there or lived there in 9 years, but it'll always be home.
That's where your parents are?
Yep, parents and family all still from there.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. So you said you played basketball?
Yeah, a little bit in high school.
A little bit in high school?
Mm-hmm.
Do you hold any records over there?
No, I wish.
Slam dunk champion?
No, I can't say that on camera. I would say it off camera, but no, I can't say it.
Awesome, man. Awesome, man. Well, you knocked a lot of my questions out about where you're from. So you grew up in Harrison, Arkansas. You went to from grade school on there,
Mm-hmm.
right? And then where did you go for undergrad, right? Because like I said, we're Wonder Boys right here.
Straight to Arkansas Tech, man. Straight to Arkansas Tech, early childhood all the way. Incredible time meeting people like you. So many awesome people that made me who I am today.
So what was your degree? What did you get a bachelor's in?
Early childhood education. Never wavered from it. Knew it when I was in high school. My family's all education. My mom's a teacher. My sister's a special ed teacher. My brother's an administrator of operations in Harrison. My dad's on the school board. So day one, that's where I was going, was working with young kids. And
okay, see, so that's interesting because a lot of people, and I would even venture to say majority of the people, have no idea what they want to do when they go into college. I mean, a guy like me who changed his major 2 times. And you just said that you have a lot of family members that have been involved with school.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else that kind of drove you down that path specifically? I mean, because there are people that come from families of doctors that are like, that is the opposite of what I want to do.
Yeah, I was blessed not only to have that family support and role models like my brother being 7 years older than me, that led me down that road. I had amazing teachers, educators, and coaches in my life that shaped me. we all get in trouble in our life and make mistakes, and the people that are there to pick you up are the ones you remember. And to this day, I could name you multiple teachers that are the reason I teach.
So all right, so if you had to pick one teacher that you think probably motivated you or inspired you the most.
Come on, you put me on the spot. And people
favorite
see this.
teacher, right?
People see this. Oh man. No offense to all you guys out there, but there's one, Todd Richardson. He's a basketball coach. He was, we called him coach, but he's more than that. He's an educator. That's what you do. He was a science teacher. I can't say the best science teacher ever because I know Mr. Rook's going to see this too. But he was just an unbelievable educator, and that's what he tried to be.
Or there you have it. Todd Richardson, that's his name, right?
Yes.
Look out, I'm coming for you next. We're going to be next. So you went to undergrad at Tech, and you decided you want to go down the path of early childhood education, and you got your degree, right?
Yes.
And so where has that led you?
That's led me here to Gravette, right up here in the corner of Northwest Arkansas, a small community. I love being there. The principal my principal that I interned with reached out to the principal there. It led to a long-term sub opportunity, and one thing led to another. I met the families and the people in this area, and Northwest Arkansas is home. I love it here now.
Awesome, man. So what grade do you teach?
I teach second grade.
Second grade. And how's that?
Oh, it's a blast. It's a blast. It's every day. You never know what's coming. It's the most rewarding thing I could do. I tell people all the time. I call them my little homies. I got 25 best friends that I get to hang out with every day, and I can't ask for much more than that.
Okay, so see, that's awesome. You kind of gave me the most rewarding part of it, but to every rainbow, there's like a silver lining, right? There's also a dark cloud above it, man. What's the most difficult thing?
The most difficult thing about teaching, you got 25 people you think about. An example is just this morning, I forgot to give lunch count. And the lady came, and I knew. It was an estimate number, but I knew. And she goes, "You really want more chili than burritos?" And I said, "Yes." And I was dead on. I knew it.
Yeah.
And I know the eating habits of 25 people, which means you also take them home with you. So you go home with 25 people on your shoulders every night. That's the departmentalizing part. You got to get aside that because you got yourself to worry about too. And that's to the teachers out there,
Right.
It's all about balance.
Let's dig into that a little bit now. You just said she came to get a count. That doesn't sound... Does that happen in most schools?
I mean, we have a breakfast program, a second chance breakfast. So we just stick the count on the walls. She walks down and grabs them as she goes.
Oh, okay.
So the kids that misses the buses are late, anything like that, can have their opportunity to get breakfast too.
Right, okay, cool. So that kind of is a good way to segue into what I want to talk to you about next.
Yes.
As you guys can see, we are sporting some very great looking, great fitting shirts right now, and I know what you're thinking, why are these guys matching? Well, there's two reasons for that. Number one is because that's what bros do.
Amen.
Number two is because Mr. JuJu Maness here is not only a school teacher, but he also has other few passions. So I'm going to let you take the reins on this and tell me exactly what's going on here.
All right, so along with teaching, I'm also the founder of Uncomfortable Clothes. This is a brand that's dedicated to responsible, respectful, and meaningful conversation about change. There's a lot of things that happen in our world that just don't get talked about enough, or when they are talked about, they're hijacked by irresponsible conversations and just irrational things. So we're out there to raise awareness about things that need to be talked about. And just like anything in life, relationships, political, social, any kind of change is uncomfortable. And it requires being uncomfortable to change. And so it's uncomfortable to talk about these things and these numbers that are on our shirts, but that's what's going to be required to stop them. And there are things that there's no doubt we all want to stop that number and lower that and get that thing to zero. And it's completely achievable. It's not impossible.
And that's the mindset you gotta have, like you said, to get that number down to zero. So let's kind of sport these. If you would turn around for me so I can read the back of your shirt. So the UC, obviously, guys, stands for Uncomfortable Clothes, which JuJu said. And I'll just read this out loud to you. Every year, more than 3.6 million referrals are made to child protection agencies involving more than 6.6 million children. 1 every 10 seconds, we lose between 4 to 7 kids a day. So that's a lot of numbers right there. I'm going to turn around and let you read out mine here.
So this one is there an average of over 3,470 suicide attempts by young people. That's only grades 9 through 12 in the U.S. each day. So again, only grades 9 through 12. Those numbers are exponential if you increase that range.
Now, aside from the 2 shirts that we're sporting here, there's one more. Can you tell us a little bit about that one?
So that one is 13 million, and 13 million represents the number of children that are facing hunger in our country. In a first world country, that many children, 1 in 6, come from families that struggle to put food on the table. Another thing that I believe is just an absurd number in the country, the amount of food that we have, the amount of resources that we have children in our cities that aren't getting the adequate basic needs.
Right. So can you tell us how you came up with the idea for Uncomfortable Clothes?
So Uncomfortable Clothes, it's something that I've thought about for a long time, and me and my dad always have these grand business ideas, and then we always get beat out on them. And I'm not a business-minded person. I'm a people person. I just love giving and helping people. And I've had this idea of something simple that just, you see it and someone says, hey, what's that? And then they're stuck.
Yeah.
They have to talk about it. They don't have a choice at that point. If you walk away, you're a terrible person. So now you're stuck in this conversation about teen suicide or child abuse. And so I was talking to a buddy about it, and he's so inspirational, he's so positive, and he just said, Ju, stop talking and do it. And I said, what? And he goes, dude, the time in your life you're in, go do it. And so I did. I just took that jump, and I was going through a time of change. I was uncomfortable, and I found a new passion and a new dream and a thing that I can really dedicate myself completely to. And it's awesome because I'm already seeing benefits from it and seeing people, the awareness raise. And when he said it, he said, do it, go do it. So I did. And one time after another, just someone else stepped up and helped me and said, you know what, you can't let this stop. I like this, I'm gonna help you. And so I've got so many people that I can thank just to this now. And we've only been live for 5 days now. So it's pretty amazing. Just what I've been blessed with to get to this point, and to see where it could go. I'm really, really excited for it.
Yeah. Well, whenever I recently posted a video on the Everyday People YouTube channel. As you guys know, I also do a B-side to this show where I simply review products from my everyday life, things I'm trying, things I have tried, things I want to suggest to people. And one of the things I did was Stitch Fix. And you sent me a message and you said, have you heard of Uncomfortable Clothes? And I looked at it, man, I was like, man, this is a awesome idea. You know, why did I not think of that? And it just blew me away. And then I got to thinking, I was like, man, maybe JuJu thought of this. Maybe this is his business. So you're kind of a little bit coy about it. But that's great, man. And I'm so happy for you. And it's obviously an admirable thing that you do, not only to you know, do the Uncomfortable Clothes things with statistics and, you know what they mean, but also that you're going, you know, for your dreams and your goals and being an entrepreneur. So I want to ask you, specifically, why these 3 numbers? Why were these the flagship numbers for you think?
Well, you know, it really, a lot of things that I do come from education and what I do in the classroom. And I think a lot of what America's going through right now is a teachable moment. And educators will understand what that means. And what that is when a teachable moment comes up, you could be in the middle of a math lesson, but if something clicks with another kid and it's the right moment, you drop it and you say, you know what? This is it, let's figure it out and let's talk about it, let's build on it. And I thought so many of these things, this is the teachable moment for America. This is where we are right now. Let's stop, let's think, this is it. And you know, when you have these conversations with kids, it is amazing, the conversations that we will have in the classroom. I wish I could share some of the things that are said, compare them to political debates on Facebook and other forums. With children, the simple question from a book about Ruby Bridges, the first African-American girl to get into a desegregated school in New Orleans, their reaction is why? And you explain to them, well, it's because she had a different color of skin. Like, why? It's so fundamental that it's wrong to them. They don't put in their beliefs. They go straight to the source and they say why. They ask how and why. And I thought, why don't we do that with everything in our life? We don't do that with these other basic problems. So when I started wanting to do this idea, I thought there are so many great causes to do, but these are things that there's not a scientific reason for this. There's not a scientific reason why that many children go hungry in a first world country. These are things that can be solved, and there's no excuse for them not to be solved. So that was my goal, was to reach to things that are attainable, and that there's no reason for these things. It's not a science. It's not a political question. It's a people question. Do we want to stop it? So let's do it.
Exactly. I love it, man. So do you think that is there any specifics in the future as far as adding different shirts to the line? Any other statistics that you're...
I don't want to give too much away, but I do have ideas. I'm a fashion person. I'm a Russell Westbrook fan, so I like fashion. So I like the more fashionable side, but I do want to attack other causes. There's no doubt. We are more than just a clothing brand. We are just a brand. I want to pride myself in saying that. Social media, anything, follow it, please. Instagram and Facebook. We're there for conversation. I like to say that these shirts are our goal, but it's not limited to that. There's so many things in the world that can be talked about respectfully and meaningfully and actually have change and progress in, instead of hijacking it with irresponsible and disrespectful conversation. And I think that's what we aim to do, is change that in the future. I would love to branch out, so if you've got stories that you want to share personally, anything like that relate to these causes, please reach out and help. There's plenty of people that would love to hear your story and know that it's okay, that they're not alone. And so reach out to us, please share your story. We'd love to get it out there. That's what we're here for, is change, not clothes, not just child abuse, not just suicides, but change.
Absolutely, and I think in a way you're saying that by getting those testimonials you help these people that are going through it, right?
Yeah, because all too often, not to interrupt you, but all too often it's these people have a voice and people can speak up and these people can speak for themselves. These people can't.
Right.
A lot of the children that equate to this number right here are younger than kindergarten. So not only do they not have a voice, they can't speak. And so giving them a voice and in that change, that's what we're going to do.
Awesome, man. So for our viewers at home or in the car or at work, wherever you are, where can they get an uncomfortable shirt?
Uncomfortableclothes.com. Follow us, Uncomfortable Clothes on Instagram, Uncomfortable Clothes on Facebook. Share it. All I say is wear it, share it, and talk about it. Get it out there. Join the movement. The numbers are uncomfortable. I promise you our clothes are not. It's high quality. You'll love it. And you'll get asked about it. The more people you get to wear it, the better, because that's more people that know about it. That's more people that know they're not alone.
Right, and I think it also, for our viewers at home, you're gonna go to uncomfortableclothes.com and you're gonna look through all these shirts, and you're gonna think, man, I didn't know that either. Make sure that you're educated about it. Don't just wear the shirt. Educate yourself about the situation. That way, when someone asks, "What's that number mean?" you don't just have to turn around like this and show them the back of your shirt, because that's only gonna get them asking more questions, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, be ready to talk about it.
Right.
That's the point, is to make these things comfortable. If we make this comfortable to talk about, it's not a hidden truth. It's not a dark underscore of America anymore. It's a real thing that we can talk about. So make it comfortable.
And if I'm not mistaken, guys, you're not just buying the shirt. Not all the money goes into your pockets, right?
Yes. No, the money goes. There will be a bit of the proceeds will go back into the business to fund more shirts, of course, but a lot of it will go towards these causes. In specifics, will be things like child hunger. There are plenty of organizations, plenty of food banks, things that we will push you towards. I want to be a light for those things, where you can come to our website, you can come to our social media, you're going to see those things of where you can share and where you can get involved.
That is awesome, man. That is so cool that it's not just about going and clicking and paying. If you've been through this, or someone who's been through this, absolutely share it with them and give them an opportunity, for lack of a better word, a soapbox, somewhere to share what they've been through.
Yeah, go to our website. When you get there, become an ambassador. We call them ambassadors of change. And that's what we want, is people that I can send those deals to. I'm going to send you a deal, and you can be selfish and use it yourself if you want. But be better and pass that code on. Give it to someone else. Raise that awareness. Let them know, hey, spend your money here instead of some other places where that money's not going to the right. I promise you, we're going to pride ourselves on being transparent. This money's going to go to where it needs to go, and these kids are going to know. There's going to be people that you're going to get to know through us that I want to share and build them up too.
Well, I just heard it here first, and now you're hearing it. At the end of the video, guys, look for a link, look for a code or something, and I'll lead you down the right path to Uncomfortable Clothes. Make sure you can get one of these. The proceeds go to the right place. So to kind of segue into a little bit of a lighter note, we got to hit you guys with some heavy stuff. I want to get back to you, JuJu. Now, obviously, this business is important to you, and it's your passion at this point in your life. Obviously, you're passionate about your job, but it's not necessarily you and who you are. So I want to segue into a segment that I like to name after my guests. So today I'm going to name this. See, you do class, right? So we'll call it 12 periods. Why not? I know you're not really in high school.
No, I like
that. Let's call it 12 periods. This is where I ask you 12 personality questions, just questions about you, who you are. Imagine if we were on a speed date right now, right? I'm sure you've had a little bit more pretty dates than me, but
come on now.
We'll have some fun.
Come on, Mr. Humble over here.
All right, so you got uncomfortable clothes. You're a second grade school teacher. What are some other hobbies that you like to do?
I picked up running. Running's a big hobby. I started a running program for the boys in my school. That's something I picked up on. My dog.
You can practically see his halo, guys. Come on,
stop. I have a dog, Kimber. She's the best dog in the world. So I spend a lot of time with her. Back rows in the G's, playing basketball. Basketball fan. If I'm not playing it, coaching it, or reffing it, I'm probably watching it or playing a video game of it. So
that's awesome.
Basketball.
Awesome. All right, so you kind of answered my second question, so I'm going to change it to, who's your favorite basketball player?
Russell Westbrook.
Is that right?
Oh yeah, there's no question. Best in the world.
Best in the world. Bold statement. Hopefully we'll get some comments off that. We'll get some internet trolls like,
try me.
Hey. All right, man. So your favorite food?
Favorite food? Oh.
You can generalize, like Chinese, man. Mexican, Italian.
Oh, that's so hard. I love food.
Man after my own heart right here.
Greek.
I
love Greek food.
That's kind of a new wave thing. It's coming in now, right? We've got
that's my new wave. I guess
Zoe Kitchen coming in.
I didn't want to cheat and say barbecue, but I mean I love barbecue too, I guess.
Right. He just loves food.
Yeah.
Is there just
It's a loaded question.
Yeah.
It's a loaded question.
All right, so dream vacation. This is my favorite question to ask. Dream vacation.
Greece.
No.
I would say I love Disney World. Disneyland in another country,
Yeah. Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Where at? Anything?
Tokyo. I'm about to go to Tokyo.
Okay. I didn't know
Tokyo
that.
Disney. Yeah.
Well, hey, that might be my new dream destination now. Okay, this one's a loaded question too. I hit you with the teacher one earlier.
Okay.
All right, who's your best friend?
Oh, you really put me on the spot. There's so many people that are gonna be mad. I'm gonna say my dad.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
It's the safe pick.
So there was a wrong answer. There was a right answer here, and it was me. But you're not technically wrong now.
See, that's the buffer. There you go. I made you uncomfortable.
Awesome, man. Okay, so give me, everybody's big about Netflix. Right now Hulu. You got HBO Go, Showtime on Demand. Give me a show that you're watching right now.
Shameless.
Okay,
I love Shameless.
Yeah. When did you start it?
Shamelessly.
Are you caught up?
I'm at the end of the second season right now. Just started it over spring break. That's the thing.
Nice. Yeah. See, my wife and I, we started it not too long ago, and we're quite enjoying it too. William H. Macy's character.
Yeah, it's so good.
Blows my mind. All right, so there you go, guys. If you haven't seen Shameless yet, make sure you go check that out on Showtime. This one's a specific question: Cool Ranch or nacho cheese?
Nacho cheese. Nacho cheese.
Nice, yeah. My wife would agree with you. So you have to go Cool Ranch.
No.
All right, so give me an artist that you're listening to right now.
Ooh. Test my Post Malone.
Oh.
I think I'll get some Post Malone. What's up?
Heck yeah,
there you
dude. Are you gonna he's gonna be at Memphis in May, and are you going?
Oh yeah, I'll be there.
We'll be there.
I'm gonna throw a shirt.
Man.
Post, look for a shirt. I'm throwing one at you.
Hey, Post Malone. Shout out. Look for that shirt. Don't wipe your sweat with it and throw it back in the crowd.
Use it, whatever you want to do. Just spread the brand. Get it out there.
Okay, so how about, you already kind of told me your favorite sport, didn't you?
Oh man, that had to be basketball, yeah.
Basketball, yeah, there it is again. Basketball, Russell Westbrook. Okay, a guilty pleasure.
Oh, Oreos.
Oh, dude, nice.
Oh, it's so bad. Yeah, Oreos.
Oreos and some milk.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Duh. You can't admit.
You never know.
Dry Oreos.
Everyone's gluten-free, lactose intolerant these days. Thank goodness. Yeah. All right, so these last two questions are kind of going to be my most important questions here. You know, you're a teacher. What was your favorite subject in school?
Math. Oh, I love math.
Get out of here.
It's sorry. No, there's an end to it. There's an end. There's always an answer.
All right, okay. It's solving questions, solving things. That's what you're doing right now.
Yep. Hopefully.
Right, okay, so what is your favorite subject to teach?
Math.
See,
hands down.
I kind of thought maybe the opposite. It might be interesting.
No, it's hands down. It's math. You get to see the light bulb really quick.
Okay, so what's the most difficult subject to teach?
Writing.
Really?
Oh, it's hands down. It's hard. It's hard. Everybody's got the ideas, and we all know kids can tell stories for days, but getting that down on paper, it's hard.
Okay.
And I'm not a great writer myself.
Yeah.
So it hurts.
Now, when you say writing, do you mean just the actual handwriting part of it, the forming sentences and paragraphs?
Sentences, paragraph structure.
Okay.
Responses, things like that.
Being creative, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So you would say that your students get most frustrated with writing then?
Probably yes.
Okay.
I probably don't help them as much.
Hey, that's okay, you know. But math, I feel like super important. So you're really focusing on that.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. So we've come to the end of our interview. We're getting ready to ride off into the sunset. But before we do, guys, I want to give JuJu one more chance to please plug your social media, plug your website.
You guys follow it, Facebook, Instagram, Uncomfortable Clothes. Join the movement. Uncomfortable numbers, uncomfortable topics, incredibly comfortable clothes. Join the movement.
Awesome. So that's, like you said, uncomfortable clothes. Pretty straightforward, plain and simple. He didn't have to add a number in there like I did for my social media. So is there anything or anyone at this point, at this juncture, like you said, it's only 5 days in, but is there anyone you want to thank?
Oh man, the list. My family, everyone in my family. Man, there's a guy named Nick Wood with None Equal Creative, him and Michael Newsom. If you need any business done, go to them. Incredible graphic design, the best customer service you can get. Oh man, I want to forget somebody. Bill Dozier, thank you for your input. Tanner Goulet, Dawson Yates. The best friend question, man, that was really hard. I apologize to both of you. I love you guys. You guys inspired me to do this. Autumn Marshall, I know you're going to see this. I love you. Thank you for all your support in this too, and everything you guys keep doing. It's a movement. It's about people. It's not me. So
that's awesome, man. On that best friend thing, man. When I got married, my dad was my best man because I just can't choose one of your boys. It's too hard.
It's
right?
hard.
All right, guys. Well, thank you again, JuJu, for coming and hanging out with me today and doing this interview. This is an awesome thing. I've said this on my show before, guys. You just never know how far the ripples of your decisions go. Go check out Uncomfortable Clothes and share it with your friends, share it with your family. And you know, if you know somebody in the back of your mind who's gone through something like this, reach out to them. Reach out to them. It takes you 2 seconds, you know, and it's gonna make their day. I promise you. Guys, go check us out on Facebook, Everyday People-YouTube. We're also on Instagram, Everyday People. That's EveryPeop1E. So you gotta spell that out. And it's the same thing on Twitter. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Again, JuJu.
Thank you.
We'll see you next time.
See ya.